Hello viewers, welcome to my channel Shraddha's Physics. This video is based on statistical mechanics for the core 14. Today our topic is Bose-Einstein condensation. When the temperature of Bose-Einstein gas is lowered below the critical temperature, the number of particles in the ground state it rapidly increases. This rapid increase in the population of the ground state below this critical temperature for a Bose-Einstein gas is called the Bose-Einstein condensation. So let us see. Suppose I will tell in detail what is critical temperature etc. So before that, suppose this is my critical temperature T0 which is maximum. So below this temperature, suppose this is small t, this is less than T I am writing. So at this temperature which is just below the critical temperature, at this temperature, this is suppose my ground state, this is my ground state energy level. So at this temperature all the particles will be available in this ground state, or we can say that when this when the temperature is below the critical temperature, at this condition there will be the rapidly increase in the population of the particles in your ground state. So this is in case of Bose-Einstein. But this is not valid for Fermi-Dirac statistics. Why? So you can see this is valid only for Bose-Einstein. So why? Because in the Fermi-Dirac statistics we know that it follows the Pauli's exclusion principle. So Pauli's exclusion principle says no two particles can lie in the same state. So if there will be the more population of the particle in the ground state, so these are called your Bose particles, but this is not the case for your fermions. So let us see in detail. So the Bose-Einstein condensation, it is applicable only for the bosons whose total number is conserved in the collisions. Clear? And this is not applicable for the fermions because the fermions obey Pauli's exclusion principle. That is, it is impossible for two or more fermions to occupy the same quantum state. Clear? This is the difference between Bose-Einstein and Fermi. The Bose-Einstein condensation, it explains the phenomenon of superfluidity. What is superfluidity? It is the property of the liquid helium at very low temperature that enables it to flow without friction. So the superfluidity means the liquid helium at very low temperature, it flow without friction. So the both isotopes of helium, that is helium-24 or helium-23, they both possesses the superfluidity. So at temperature 2.172 Kelvin, the helium-2He4, it possesses superfluidity, and at this very low temperature, that is 0.00093 Kelvin, it possesses the helium isotope possesses the superfluidity property. And again at 2 into 10 power minus 7 Kelvin Bose-Einstein condensation, it can form in which the several thousand atoms become a single entity and they are called superatom. It means that at this very low temperature the atom like the rubidium, lithium, they form the single entity, means they form the combination of the atom that is known as your superatom. And the superconductor, it's sometimes called the charged superfluid. So these are your basically application or the Bose-Einstein condensation. It explains this process. So let us see what is the degeneracy in Bose-Einstein condensation. Suppose here we are considering this A as the degeneracy parameter, which value is exponential minus u by kt. So you can remember that in the previous classes we have already discussed that the partition function z, it can be written as the sum over I, Gi, this is your degeneracy, exponential minus beta E I. I am writing like this. So when this is the non-degenerate state, in case we can write this as Gi equal to 1. But in case of this is for your non-degenerate case. But in case of degenerate case, Gi possesses some value. So here you can see that this in place of Ei we are writing it as minus u, or sorry, this as u, and in place of beta we are writing this is as 1 by kt. Clear? This minus u by e power minus u by kt is known as the degeneracy parameter. This total term, it represents the degeneracy parameter. So from Bose-Einstein statistics, this degeneracy parameter, it can be represented as n by v, this is the density, into h cube, Planck's constant, h is the Planck's constant, divided by 2 pi m kt whole power 3 by 2. This k is the Boltzmann constant and t is the absolute temperature. The value of a, it will increase. You can see here, if a will increase, a is directly proportional to n by v. So if a will increase, the density of the particle or n by v, it will increases. Clear? And again, if a will increase, we can say that temperature will decreases, since it is inversely proportional. Clear? So we can write it as a is proportional to n by v. Since all are your constant, we can write it as n by v divided by mt power 3 by 2. Okay, this is your mt whole power 3 by 2. This is directly proportional to n by v, and it is proportional to inversely proportional to temperature. Clear? Now the degree of degeneracy will be large. When the degree of degeneracy will be large? When the temperature is low, because it is inversely proportional to your temperature. So the degree of degeneracy will be large when temperature is low and the particle density, that is n by v. n by v is large, and the third one is the mass of each boson is small. So you can see here, when this degeneracy parameter, this value is large when this density is large and the temperature is small and mass is small. Clear? So we can say that this is the property. So a gas can become degenerate in above 3 different ways. So if I want to increase the degree of degeneracy, then I may decrease the mass, I may increase the particle density, or I may lower the temperature. So these are the 3 different ways in which we can change the degree of degeneracy. Let us consider this u by kt as alpha. You can remember that e power, we are writing it as e power minus u by kt as a degeneracy parameter a. So here I am writing u by kt as alpha, so this will become e power minus alpha exponential. If I will expand this, I can represent it as 1 plus 1 by 2 power 3 by 2 plus 1 by 3 raised power 3 by 2 and so on, whose value is 2.612. Okay. For the low values of energy, the maximum possible value of A is 1. Here we are considering that if I will neglect all these terms, we can write it as for the very low value of energy, the maximum possible value of this A value will be 1. And here it is to be remembered that alpha can never be negative. So if we will put, it is easier always to put the alpha to be 0. If I am putting this alpha equal to 0 for the calculation purpose, the maximum value of the particle density, this n by v to be maximum, so we can write it as, if you remember this A equal to n by v h cube by 2 pi m kt power 3 by 2. So we can write this n by v max will be equal to A into, this A means e power minus u alpha, or e power, you can write A into 2 pi m kt power 3 by 2 divided by h cube. So here this is simply n by v max will be 2 pi m kt power 3 by 2 divided by h cube into A. In place of A, you are writing e power minus alpha, or whose value is 2.612. So we are just putting this value, that is 2.612. Again, this Bose-Einstein degeneration, this n by v will be greater than this 2 pi m kt power 3 by 2 divided by h cube into 2.612. Since this would involve this A value is greater than 1, so the fact that no value of n by v can be greater than this. So what I am telling that this is the maximum value. So how can we say that in Bose-Einstein case, this n by v will be greater than this? So it can only be expressed in terms of that when this temperature, if I am writing as this as your critical temperature T naught, in that case this might be the possible case. So this n by v will be equal to 2 pi m kt naught whole power 3 by 2 divided by h cube into 2.612. Clear? Now you can write it as T naught power 3 by 2 equal to n by v into h cube into this as your 1 by 2 pi m k power 3 by 2 into this is your 1 by 2.612. Clear? Now here I am multiplying in both sides, left and right hand side, by 2 by 3. So this becomes your T naught power 1, that will be equal to here 3 into 2 by 3. It means 3 get cancelled. This will be h square into n by v power 2 by 3 into this power will get 1. This is your 2 pi mk into this your 2 by 3 as your minus 2 by 3. Again I can write it as h square divided by 2 pi mk into this as your 1 by 2.612 and this is your n by v whole power 2 by 3. So this is your critical temperature. Okay, this is your critical temperature. So this critical temperature is the lowest temperature at which the degree of degeneracy of the energy level starts. So the degeneracy level means it start, I will tell you. So here you can see that plot a graph between this energy and temperature. Below this critical temperature, this line, this full line, this will represent the degenerate gas, and this red line, this will represent the non-degenerate gas. Clear? So at T is less than T naught, at T is less than T naught means when the temperature is below this critical temperature, this red line, this will represent the non-degenerate gas, and this blue line, this part only, this will represent the degenerate case. Okay. This E naught, it is the 0 point energy corresponding to this critical temperature. At this temperature, the value of energy is E naught, which is known as your 0 point energy, which I will give in detail in your Fermi-Dirac statistics. Again, when T is less than T0, the number of particles in the gas, so in this ground state condition, when T will be less than T naught, in that case the ground state particle will increases. So this quick increase in the population of the ground state below this critical temperature, this is called Bose-Einstein condensation in your Bose-Einstein gas. So I mean to say that at this particular state, this is your 0 point energy and this is your critical temperature. In this particular condition, the ground state of the particle, this will increases, and this condition is known as your Bose-Einstein condensation. Clear? So at this Bose-Einstein gas, when the ground state energy is 0, so particle of the Bose-Einstein degenerate gas, they condensed in the ground state and they do not contribute to the energy. Okay, so at this energy, when the energy will be 0, then you can see that we are actually dealing in the Bose-Einstein case that the particles are in the ground state, and since the energy is in 0, here I am telling that in this Bose-Einstein gas, when the energy is 0, it means that the particles in the ground state, so they don't contribute to the energy. The particles that who are at your ground state, the particles which are at your ground state, they will not contribute to the energy since they have energy is 0. Clear? So at this above T naught, when the particles at your above this critical temperature, it means that when alpha is not equal to 0, in that case the number of particles, it becomes very less in ground state, and this is known as a classical, this part is known as a classical non-degenerate gas. Okay, so this is all about your Bose-Einstein condensation. So if you have any query, you can ask me in your comment section. So thank you.